Hey guys, Kenneth Leon here. I'm going to be doing movie discussions. We're going to start my first one off with the live action Little Mermaid. I think they've been working on this for about 5 years now, I think, from my memory. I honestly was really surprised. It's actually really good. I went and saw it 3 times. Really got into it. I got into it enough to buy all these dolls. I'm a doll artist. I repurpose them. Talk more about that another time. Later on, I'm gonna show you the dolls. I even went and got some Happy Meal stuff. Like I've never done that before. Super on the hunt for Happy Meal toys. That was fun. So let's start. So this is a fantasy and musical movie. Obviously, most of us have seen The Little Mermaid. So this being a remake, they did a really good job. Okay, so this is directed by Rob Marshall, starring Halle Bailey as Ariel and Jonah Hauer King as Prince Eric. IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes both give this 3.5 stars, which I think is pretty good for a remake. It's 2 hours, so they definitely added to it. The only thing they took away was Les Poissons, but they replaced it with Eric's. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so starts out really awesome intro. You know, all those things going, like that scene where it's in the ocean. That was beautiful, right? Music was really good. I thought it was kind of weird that they replaced the daughter's concert with like a political meeting, but it also kind of ties in the end because you always kind of wonder, is Ariel ever going to go back to the ocean, you know? But in this one, they tie that back in because like they do this meeting of the coral moon because all the sisters, I think they're all in charge of different oceans. So they meet once a year for a meeting to discuss whatever that is about the coral moon. So at the end, when Ariel's looking into the ocean, or she's talking to her, I don't remember, but oh yeah, she's talking to Flounder, and she's like, don't worry guys, I'll be back next year for the coral moon. So it sounds like she's still gonna go back to the ocean. Yeah, and then after the political meeting thing, it seems to be pretty much almost the same until she goes on land. And the part, Ursula's song, where she tells her to pick off the scale and throw it in the cauldron, I thought that was really cool because it's actually like putting a piece of her fin into the potion, which makes a lot more sense, I guess. I don't know. Makes it more like magical. And then it's kind of funny though because, I mean, it's a fantasy film, but she totally would have got the bends. I mean, I thought that when I was even a kid. I was like, she would die trying to get to the surface after just having legs all of a sudden being that far under the water. Because like Ursula's dead whale lair is way deeper than the palace. So, but it's funny. Her head flip with all that hair, I heard that I don't remember how many times they said she did it, but she said she felt like her neck was going to break by the end. It was very impressive. I heard that they had people to help, which is good because like that totally didn't look natural. That's why it was so beautiful though. I thought it was a little funny. I saw this in another video, and someone I talked to also said this. It's a little funny that she was captured by a fisherman in the water, and he's like, "Oh my God, girl, what are you doing out here? Shipwreck probably." And instead of taking her to like the hospital, he just was like, "Well, let's take you to the palace. I bet the queen will know what to do with you." Kind of funny. Something that you would never think of as a kid though, because it's very just like super imagination, super fairy tale, kind of perfect. But once again, it's a fantasy movie, so you just kind of got to go with those kinds of things. I really loved her hair. Her hair did kind of look like shit though when she first got out of the water, but like she just got out of the water. But after they got her all dressed up in her cute pink dress, oh no, that was the blue dress with the pink heels and the little pink headband. Her hair was really pretty. I guess it cost over $150,000 to do her hair because they had to do it multiple times, and they did a lot of like tests of different types of red hair on her skin tone just to find the right shade of red. It's kind of like an auburn color. And I love how they just twisted the hair around her locks and then added in loose hair. I thought that was really pretty. A lot of people seem to not really like it, but I was like, I think that's really pretty. Especially with the little curls in it when it's dry on land. Super cute. And then after they dress her, I guess, yeah, she takes a little nap, wakes up, takes the boots off. Tell she doesn't like the boots because Ariel's a free spirit. And she's still learning how to walk. So she goes and she gets a little snoopy, and she finds this room that's full of like human things, just collection, just like her what is that, a cavern? Just like her collection. And it turns out it's Prince Eric's, so I really liked that. It actually made it so they had something in common, which is awesome. They did remove that. They did remove Le Poisson for that scene, which I can kind of see why. I guess it's a little dated. It's a little stereotypical. I mean, the like French chef that with a Canadian accent. Yeah, it was a little dated. I can see why they took that out. Still great scene though. Sebastian's still got plenty of screen time, so don't worry about that because he's got plenty, like always, in all of the Little Mermaid movies and to TV shows. Sebastian gets a lot of screen time. The part where they find the boat, I really like how he had the hat. I don't know why. I really like that Eric had a hat. And I really liked the part where because Eric was in the room earlier showing her about the maps and stuff and the constellations and books and not books, scrolls. Teaching her about the world, she's super fascinated. She has no idea about the land world. And so in the boat, they're laying back, hanging out, looking at the stars, and he's showing her all the constellations. And then she points. Then he's wondering what her name is, obviously, that scene. But instead of Sebastian whispering it to her and him like hearing it, she points to Aries, and then he's like Aries, and then she does the Aries, Ariel, and that's how they find out her name, which I thought was really cute. And then they have all three of them, Sebastian, Flounder, and Scuttle are all on the oar. Super funny. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. And then when Ursula comes on land as Vanessa, I was kind of surprised at her acting. She did a really good job. She's like, "Go away from him!" I was like, wow, that's kind of insane, but totally cool. Great acting. I loved how Ariel, when she finds out that it's the sea witch up there seducing Eric, or like putting him in that spell, I love how she just goes up and fights her and rips the necklace off. Like, it's totally something a teenage girl would do more than just like, what did she do in the original? Oh yeah, she just showed up. The animals were fighting her in the original. They were in this one too. Yeah, super cool though. And then it goes back into the ocean, which is pretty much the same. Except Trident, when he dies, he kind of just dissolves, which I thought was weird, and then just comes back. But that's fine. Yeah, they don't show the wedding at the end. They kind of just like go out into the boat, and then they're gonna go discover uncharted waters, which makes sense with the song. And I think that's kind of like my run through of the movie. Now let's talk about a couple things that I think about the movie and about the story in general. So, the story of The Little Mermaid was written by Hans Christian Andersen in 1837. He also did like The Ugly Duckling, The Ice Queen, which I believe is the Frozen story, and a bunch of others. I think there has been quite a few of his stories that Disney has turned into Disney films. Okay, so Eric's song, Uncharted Waters. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it though for the movie, and I feel like his voice wasn't right for the song. But, they always have to add in a song as these live action ones. It's fine. It's whatever. It's like not something total cringy. A cringy thing is the sisters' fins. I didn't like their fins. I did not like their fins. And I did not like how Ariel didn't have seashells. That's like trademark. But I get it. It's a kids movie, live action, seashell bra. Might be a little bit risky. Risque, I mean. I think overall they did a really good job. It seemed like she had a few different tops. Like her top seemed to look different throughout the movie for some reason. And that's pretty much my thoughts on the movie. I really liked it. I mean, I could probably go on for a long time about this movie because there's a lot to go. It's a 2-hour movie. But go see it if you haven't seen it. Why not? Okay, so now I'm going to show you the dolls. So I've got Prince Eric, I've got Scuttle, and I've got Sebastian from McDonald's Toys, Happy Meals. And then we've got Ariel as the mermaid from the beginning with a really cool stand. And you can see her twists and her loose hair. So one thing about this new hair, Mattel has been making twists and braids in their dolls lately, the last couple years, and they're beautiful, but they need to seal the ends because you touch the hair and it just immediately starts to unravel, and they don't seal the ends. My trick is, for doll collectors who are watching, I just use a lighter and just melt the tips. It's plastic hair. It melts. You can't even tell. And it doesn't fray anymore. Like, I'm surprised they're not doing anything about that. So we got that. Oh, we've got got Vanessa's shell. I think it glows. Yeah. I got my niece one of those too. I took her to see it. I originally was going to take her to see it. But she was going out of town, and then plans didn't work out. So I went with her the third time. Second time I went with coworkers. Okay, so here we got Ariel on land in the blue dress. I really like these outfits. The doll ones are definitely more like play. You know, they're not made as collector looking ones. This is the only collector one that they came out with. And I got that one for having an Ariel doll with the fin. But these ones, this is her wedding. I don't know if it's actual wedding because the mom just says, Prince Eric was adopted in this one. The mom pretty much just says, now that your wedding's over, you can go on your adventure to uncharted waters. Honeymoon type stuff. And this is the dress that she is wearing. Her hair was up though. Looks a lot better up with this dress than down, I think. And then the doll, they just left it down. I think they kind of just, they made a lot of merchandise for this movie, so can't be too upset when they're making things ready to play. But yeah, the costumes in the movie, the actual movie, I really liked them actually. A lot of people don't, but I think that they made them in a way to where you could easily take that dress and turn it into a little girl's play outfit. So that's probably their number one thought, was like, how can we make this dress easy to become a little girl's outfit? You know, the dresses in the original are obviously like gorgeous and timeless. But you know, they gotta switch it up. They did a good job. This is Vanessa, Ursula on land. She's got her little necklace too. I wasn't gonna get Prince Eric either, and I just kept buying stuff. Throughout the last couple of weeks, I just kept buying stuff. We got Prince Eric. Sadly, he did not come with the hat. Because these two came together, and this is what they're wearing in the scene. What is that song called? The yeah, that one. No hat though. Very sad about the no hat. Oh, and I've got the Little Mermaid that Eric gives Ariel from his collection, from his room of collections. And I really like this. It reminds me of the scene when she's singing Part of Your World the third time. And it's really sad. She drops this into the water. Sebastian and Flounder see it. Then Scuttle comes up and then wah, wah. watch in the mirror, whatever he says. Yeah, it's cool, guys. Well, that's about it. I'm going to be doing this maybe once a week, maybe every other week. I don't know yet. This is my first one. Just film discussions. If you guys have any films you think I should check out, please just leave it in the comments. And if you like this kind of thing, just like and subscribe, please, if you'd like to. If not, that's fine. I'm probably going to be doing other videos too. I'm just going to start out with movie discussions, like review type situations. I really want to get into history, talking about history and stuff too. But we're going to start here and just see how it goes. Okay, so thanks guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye.